25 minutes of action remaining here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Doubleheader weekend. Todd Lamb has led all the way so far. That blue car, the 84, the Lunacy Racing Machine. Right behind him is Mark Miller. And Miller trying desperately to get up there. He's the championship leader, won the season opener. A couple of seconds since then. Let's go back and take a look at the battle for third. Justin Piscatell now has gotten back by Nick Mancuso. Mark Jenkins holding on to fifth. This is Jenkins in the Traxxas machine, the black, white, and red entry. Our Malkasian next to him. And how about this, Elliott? From like eighth on back, you've got 7 or 8 cars just nose to tail here.
Hey boy, it's close racing back there, and it looks like Air is getting his game back together a little bit. Malkasian. Now here we're going for a pass here.
Mark Jenkins, yeah.
That's
Mike rather in the 47, yeah.
Yeah, and Zach Pye somehow dropped way back.
Yeah.
He must have made a mistake that we didn't see, and now he's coming back up through the field. Like, oh boy, and he's sliding around. He's working very, very hard to try and get this up there. But he must have had something happen. Pye
was up as high as 6th after starting 8th. Now he's being shown in 10th, so obviously he had a problem. Take another look at some of the action here just moments ago. Here's Pye coming up on Mike Jenkins in the 47.
Yeah, that's a little tight there, but the next corner gives us a benefit here because it tightens up a lot in that next corner.
Meantime, Aaron Malkasian and Mark Jenkins in the 25 continuing to slug it out. That is for 5th and 6th. 7th spot belongs to Jeff Mosing in car number 31. Dean Copeland in that white number 7. Now he's being penalized by the SCCA Pro Racing officials. He had that first lap tangle with Brett Smurs. What about Smurs from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, doing double duty here this weekend in the 6? Had all those problems yesterday. They had to work heavily on that car overnight. Had to put a new nose piece on it, do a lot of other repairs. Left her getting taken out, going off the course in that first lap. He's back in 15th spot. He's 24 seconds off the lead, so he needs to get going here. Let's check back in on the battle for 5th spot. Mark Jenkins ahead now of Aaron Malkasian by a couple of car lengths.
Yeah, but Brett Smurs is going faster. I think a lot of the guys in front of him. But he was so far back by the time he got on the track. I think it's very hard for him to get back on. Well, actual fact, you can see him coming back into the view at the back of that field.
Well, Mark Miller, the championship leader coming in, won the opening race of the season. We told you about him. He's from Holland, Michigan, in that Team MER Race for Autism machine. And Derek Pernissiglio, what are you hearing down there about Mark Miller's chances today?
Well, you were talking about drivers working all night on the cars to get them fixed for today's race. Mark Miller actually blew a hole in the rear differential yesterday with about 3 laps to go in the race. He blew a hole about the size of a silver dollar, but those Mazda parts are durable. They're sure strong. It lasted all the way to the end of the race. The team worked all night to put a new rear end differential in the car, and they had to run the whole qualifying session from start to finish to simply break in that rear end differential. Looks like they got the job done because he's running up front.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I hate breaking those differentials because you got to go out there and, you don't do it on a street car, but when you're going to go out and use it hard, you've got to go out there and build up temperature in it slowly and have all the gears start to mesh and do all the right stuff.
Well, the fact that it happened before the checkered flag and he got the car home, that's a stunner to me.
But I'll tell you what, it tells a lot about the parts and how strong they are,
sure.
Because the fact is that with no lubrication in there, he was spreading it out all over the track. But the thing is that the car still finished, and he had a car that was strong enough to finish a good, strong second yesterday.
Todd Lamb continues to lead. That's the blue car you see. This is Miller in the 28, running in 2nd spot. Alongside Elliott Forbes Robinson, I'm Rick Benjamin, Derek Pernissiglio on pit road for us. And now Lamb is starting to leave Miller a little bit. Yesterday we saw something like this. Miller was able to close it back in, actually take the lead for a few laps. Lamb able to prevail. Let's check in on that battle for 3rd here. Justin Piscatell in the DAMG car has taken control there. This is the fight for 5th. Jenkins and Malkasian still going at it. 7th spot now belongs to Jeff Mosing. That's Mosing right there. And 8th, there's Zach Pye. He's gotten back to where he started. He's got Dean Copeland all over him. Mike Jenkins is back there, and they take it 3 wide on the front stretch.
Yeah, they're going. It looks like Zach Pye is having a hard time getting back through these guys. But they're not giving any quarter out there. They're running hard, and they can't run side by side very well through that corner because there's just not enough room. It runs out. Guys, Zach Pye got back through again.
He did. He took over a couple of, got around Mosing, picked up a spot there. Dean Copeland right with him. Brett Smurs. Remember, Smurs and Copeland got together earlier. One car put a wheel off. We can see the dust cloud there. We had a lot of that yesterday. Then some rain overnight, so the dust settling a little bit here for the second half of our Mazda Formula X weekend at New Jersey Motorsports Park.
Yeah, and it looks like these guys, what these guys are doing, though, is having a great time because, they're out here to race. Now, here we go to a
Smurs, yeah. Wants to pay back Copeland, perhaps.
Yeah, he's made a good one. Actually had Smurs coming up in the back up there with a white nose. And we're going to get to see maybe what happened. Oh, here we are. Going through
one of the Jenkins
that
boys.
Seems to be cheating. That's Malcasian right behind him. Both guys went off the track and cut the corner.
Is that a case where Arrow was trying to chase down Mark Jenkins and said, hey, I'll follow you. If you go off, I'm going to just drive right behind you here?
Well, you know, that's something that happens more than you think, where you watch the car in front of you. And as you're watching that car in front of you, where he goes, you'll go, because it's kind of an effect if you go where you're looking. And so you want to look where you want to go, not where your eyes are going, because you're going to go to that spot.
You're exactly right. That's Stan Wilson there in the Patron Tequila orange car, the 92, who's moving up smartly through the field. Brett Smurs, the car with the white nose at the back of this group. Smurs just joining this fight here. And Stan Wilson, we talked about him, Elliot, before we came out of the air. You and I had a conversation about him. Not noted for great qualifying efforts, but boy, once the green drops, he's pretty stout.
Yeah, he just keeps moving up through the pack, and he seems to be able to pass people, but he also seems to be able to go faster in the race.
Now there's Smurs making movement, that car number 6 out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. He's the young driver with a prosthesis. He had a horrible leg injury. He was a gymnast up until a couple of years ago. Fell off a trampoline. They had to amputate part of his leg. He now wears a prosthesis, drives very effectively. He says, hey, it's not going to hold me back from my dream of becoming a professional racer. And he's working hard at this. He's racing this division. Also, the Skip Barber Pro Series, which is Mazda powered on BF Goodrich tires, and running both of those cars here this weekend. Take a look at what happened just a moment ago here.
As
this is Wilson.
Wilson and Colton. Yeah. You know, he tried an aggressive move in there. It did not work. He couldn't keep up the speed. He had to crimp off the end of the corner, lost his straight line speed coming into the corner. Like you said before, Rick, it's just one of those things. You've got to keep the momentum up. If you lose the momentum, you're going to be passed no matter where you are. And look at this. Mark Miller's coming back up on him again. He's pulled it back down to just a half a second gap or a little less, and it was up almost a second and a half at one time.
We'll be right back with more of the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup at New Jersey Motorsports Park.